All right. Week 11, Dirty 30 podcast. What's up, boys? How we doing?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing well. Doing well.
Doing well. Dev, that's the Kirk Cousins glasses you got going on there or what?
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, I wish I had some chains and then I wasn't gonna wear a shirt, maybe in the future. But yeah, the glasses I got. So
Sure, sure. I love
I
it.
wish I could do like an airplane background and then
Good.
Kirko chains.
So a little early this week, we got some scheduling stuff. So we're just kind of going to shoot from the hip. We're going to kind of talk about keepers next year. Trade deadlines in a couple weeks, maybe week and a half, even sometime at the end of the month, I think.
It's gonna creep up.
Yeah, like that Tuesday. That Tuesday, I don't remember for sure, but it's coming up.
I think it's the 30th.
The 30th. That sounds right to me too. Yeah.
I looked it up.
So it's coming up, right? And everyone's kind of 5-5. So we're gonna kind of talk some keepers, who goes back next year, and then we're all gonna give our list of top 5 keepers with a couple honorable mentions. Yeah. Does that all sound good? Sound good?
Yeah.
Could I ask something quick? A little unscripted here,
For
but
sure.
I don't have the Google Doc open. I wish I did. But trade deadline coming up.
Mhm.
How many more trades do you think are going to go through before the deadline?
That's a very good question.
Because we've had a very active year and a lot of trades going through this year.
Yep. 21 total trades so far.
And it's so close. Are people going to panic? We're going to see another 10 trades?
I think one. I think
are we talking like
No.
minimal trades? Or are we talking like an actual notable blockbuster?
like notable
I guess I was just kind of talking like any trade at all, but
I think there will be at least one. At least one.
I think, oh, for sure.
I think
That's it.
I mean,
You're just set on one. Just
someone's gonna lose this week, and I think they're gonna hit the panic button. It could be me, could be somebody else. I don't know.
I think 3 to 5.
really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
not
think
there.
I think we're so close that it's just gonna. I think people are gonna panic.
Hmm.
Maybe myself included. Maybe Christian's already admitted. Maybe I don't know.
I think everyone.
I was in panic mode before I beat Marcus, so I don't really know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was panicking. I was,
Sell the
I
team,
had some
man.
injuries this year, and I was looking to improve my team, and I definitely hit the reset button on a couple like other teams. I was trying to make a trade, and no, I think we're in a good spot right now. But I did beat Marcus at the expense of losing Cup. So
Let's dive into it. We'll kind of see where this conversation goes here. So players being thrown back next year include Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
CMC, Austin Eckler, Stephon Diggs, and CD Lamb. All those players have been kept for 2 years. And honestly, I think 4 out of the 5 go 1, 2, 3, 4 next year, right?
All first rounders for sure.
I mean
for sure, first rounders.
I still think, yes, I agree, but I do think there is a chance I would still maybe take a player over McCaffrey.
Okay.
Or Diggs.
Boo.
Yeah, I mean, they're all first rounders for sure. We'll kind of leave it at that, maybe.
It depends who's kept, right? It depends who's kept. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, some juicy names coming back next year, though. I mean, I think that's kind of the big part, the end of the year playoff bracket to figure out who's got the top seeds. That's gonna be huge,
Matt Frank, Brees Hall, top 3 pick.
I love that.
So we also got Rhodey's top 5 keepers that will kind of go off maybe. So should I go first? Should I read Rhodey's first?
I think we should do Rhodey's.
I would like that.
You want to lead off with Rhodey's? That sounds good. And to be honest, me and Rhodey had it like a pretty long conversation. Like it was hard to get down to 5, man. It really was.
Yep.
Like I got a list of 8 myself. That's kind of gonna dwindle down there. So he didn't have it in any order. He wasn't willing to give me it in any order. But his top 5 were ETN in the 14th, Walker in the 6th, Chase in the 7th, Allen in the 4th, and then Waddle in the 9th.
Allen's the one that jumps out there.
Josh Allen. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because I brought that up the other week about how quarterbacks are going to start sneaking up. I didn't put any quarterbacks on mine. I didn't even think about that, I guess.
I don't have Josh Allen on mine either. The rest are all either in my list or honorable mentions. His honorable mentions include Christian Kirk in the 8th. Nowhere near my list.
Yeah.
Ramrod in the 5th. He's either on my list or honorable mention. And then Olave in the 10th, who I didn't have on my list. But
what was the last guy on his list?
Olave in the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know this name will get brought up later. But I feel like and it's possible maybe Rhodey didn't know this guy was a potential keeper. But I feel like not having Cooper Kupp on a list of your top 5 keepers, and I'm not just saying because he's on my team, but I mean like it's fucking Cooper Kupp. I mean,
I thought you were gonna say
you're not spending it. You're not spending it on the top 2 picks, like your first or second rounder. He's a 3rd round keeper. If I happen to somehow get the top pick or whatever, the top choice, I guess. I mean, I'm almost like forced to take the end of the first round this year because I want to maximize Cooper Kupp's value, knowing that he is more than likely going to be a keeper of mine, even with the injury.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be a keeper of yours. I agree.
I really like Rhodey's keepers, but Josh Allen seemed like a bit of a stretch.
I love it though. I didn't even think about it, and I didn't.
You didn't think about it because it wasn't a good keeper.
No, I didn't. But I've been pushing. I said it last episode. I've been pushing that QBs are going to be going more towards the first round, and Josh Allen's the best QB in the league, and you get him in what, the 4th?
So let me ask this, and I don't have the draft board in front of me. Was Justin Fields kept, or was Justin Fields drafted?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. So
how was Justin Fields the first half of the season?
He would have to be kept for a 6 or a 7?
6.
6. Okay. And what was Jalen Hurts drafted at?
7th.
7th. Tua, 13th.
10.
Would you rather have
Tua is a 10?
10, whatever. Okay. Congrats, Dev. Yeah.
Thanks.
So
worked out great.
Would you rather have any of those quarterbacks at their round over Allen in the third?
I mean, it isn't this.
I agree with what you're saying.
Isn't
but
this also the Cooper Kupp argument, Christian?
Next year is gonna be completely
No, I mean it's not, because
wouldn't you rather have a later wide receiver than Cooper Kupp in the 3rd? Like that's the same conversation we're having with Josh Allen, isn't it?
I respectfully disagree, because Cooper Kupp, you don't have the amount, like there are going to be 8 wide receivers kept out of 20 players. There's not going to be a single quarterback kept. So what I'm saying,
there never is. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, yes, if you can keep Jamar Chase, yes, I agree 100%. But like, you're not going to be able to touch a receiver in the same quality as Cooper Kupp in the 3rd, but you can touch quarterbacks that stream. I mean, like Justin Fields was a pickup off the free agent list, and there's going to be another one next year. It's just going to be another guy the following year. It's going to be another guy. And the consistency of Allen is great, but I would never keep him in the 4th ever.
I would absolutely.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see it both ways. I don't know. We got to move. We got to move on here. We got 4 other lists to yell at here.
Half-hour episode.
I'm gonna give my list. And I'll actually do the game right. I have it ordered. My
Wow.
number 5 keeper going into next year is Ken Walker in the 6th.
Mhm.
My number 4 is Cooper Kupp in the 3rd. My number 3 is Waddle in the 9th. My number 2 is Chase in the 7th. And then my number 1 keeper going into next year is ETN in the 14th.
Mhm.
Like, he is a top 12 back in the 14th round. Like, I don't know. Hard list, right? I had honorable mentions of Ramrod in the 5th, Brees Hall in the 3rd, Hopkins in the 8th. Yeah, that was kind of my list. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think of that. I think Ken Walker was kind of the difference between me and Rhodey, right? Or did Rhodey have? Maybe Rhodey had Walker. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, Rhodey had Walker.
Did he?
Can you just say him one more time?
Yes. I have Walker in the 6th,
Okay.
Kupp in the 3rd,
Yep.
Waddle in the 9th, Chase in the 7th, ETN in the 14th.
Love it.
Let's hear yours.
know.
Let's hear yours,
Chase-
Debbie.
What?
Let's hear yours, buddy.
Yeah, Walker was actually an honorable mention on mine.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I love it.
I just want
Alright.
to. Let's just do it this way. I want to explain my honorable mentions right away.
Let's hear it.
Hall and Javante, because of injuries,
Fair.
If- I would have them in my top 5 in a heartbeat, because why the hell not? Sure, because of injuries, I don't know, whatever. Walker was there. Totally agree. Dude's a monster. Whatever. I'll do my top 5. Starting at number 5, Olave, 10th round. Okay, number 4.
Good pick.
Gonna have to go with Ramrod because he's my guy. And you get him in the 5th round. Love it.
Yeah. More than likely, no Damian Harris. Yeah.
Here's where it gets weird. And I agree with what Matt said, but I'm gonna venture off a little bit. Number 3 is ETN. I still love it, obviously, number 3, but
Sure.
I love Waddle in the 10th, and I hate saying that because Matt, you have him, but I love what Tua's doing. I love that Hill is there. I love Waddle is like still top 5 receiver and just doing all that or whatever.
I also have Stevenson and Hall, but you didn't want to mention that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't that honorable mention? Not necessary.
Okay, whatever.
And then I'm still, I mean, Chase is just,
Yeah.
man. So you get him in the 7th round. You know,
Yeah.
he's injured right now, but I got him number 1.
Yeah. No, I can't argue with that either, man. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it. What do you got, Christian? Any new names, similar names?
Uh, new names potentially. More so in the honorable mention. But I'm gonna go with my list from 5 to 1, and then I'll mention the honorable mention. So
I love it was 5 to 1, by the way.
Yeah, kind of counting up.
That's stupid, but yeah, I thought you were gonna go 1 to 5, but I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I
So,
did it.
so my fifth keeper, I do really like Kenneth Walker. He's at my 5th spot just because I don't know what's going to happen with that Seattle team. Like, I feel like they're almost a flash in the pan. I worry a little bit about Penny coming back, taking a little bit of the goal line carries. I think they're just going to grow as a team in general.
I don't think he's
And-
back with the team next year.
And maybe that's the case, but I feel like whether they, maybe they're going to continue with Geno, which they probably should. And I don't know. I just kind of think that his production will devalue a little bit,
Sure.
but still a very good keeper. Very good
yeah.
keeper. At 4, I have Waddle. I think that's my biggest regret pre-draft. I mean, I loved my keepers and Kupp and Andrews, but with the injuries with with Andrews, I could really use a player that's healthy and producing. So that was a great trade by you, Matt. Waddle's a hell of a keeper. I've been trying to pick at him a couple times from you, and you haven't budged. So Waddle's 4. And this pains me very much to say, but because I was a huge hater, but I'm going to eat crow, and I'm going to admit that ETN is a phenomenal keeper. I'm going to put him at 3. I'm going to eat crow.
That's very good of you. Very good.
Yeah. I was wrong. He is producing every week. I mean, it doesn't matter who the team is. They get him the ball. They're basically building their offense around him more so than Lawrence. I would think ETN's a good keeper.
As a Viking,
and now J-Rob is on the Jets. Did you see what you did?
Yeah, I
you
fucked
put him
up.
in the purgatory. You put him on the Jets, and you screwed him over. It's all your fault.
As a Viking fan, I'm not gonna lie. ETN reminds me a lot of like Dalvin Cook, man. He just kind of he's got that flash. He's a good player.
He is, and I was so hell bent on him not being the guy that I like completely discredited him, and I was completely wrong. So I'll admit that. Yeah. My number 2 keeper is from my team, and call me biased, whatever, but I'm sorry, Cooper Kupp. If you put Cooper Kupp in the pool, Cooper Kupp could go 1-1.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So if I can get him in the 3rd, I'm taking him. Right? I mean,
yeah,
that's just
for sure.
I didn't think about it that way, but yes, I guess.
So
sure. He's a hands down top 5 keeper.
So I'm picking Cooper Kupp, but number 1 is Ja'Marr Chase. I think getting the value of Ja'Marr Chase 4 rounds later, knowing he does have that 1-1 or at least wide receiver 1 potential. Mm-hmm. I'm keeping Ja'Marr Chase every time. But some honorable mentions. Obviously, you guys touched on Breece. You guys touched on a couple other guys. I mean, there's so many good keepers. I mean,
Javonte.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Javonte is actually a good keeper. It's really
I don't know. It really, again, with Breece, it totally depends. I love Javonte as much as I do, Homer guy, whatever. But it really depends. It's such a goofy injury. So
I mean, like realistically,
but yes, I hope so.
Realistically, like if we see some semblance of what we saw last year, like Deebo Samuel's still kind of there. Right.
Well, we didn't talk about Chubb in the 2nd. We didn't talk about Hopkins in the 8th. Really, there's great keepers all around.
The players drafted in the 2nd round this year were fucking insane. So it kind of makes me think like there's hope, and even better players are getting pulled, put back next year. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I'm excited to see next year. I think that there's a good pool coming back, but I think all the keepers were very, very respectable.
This league is nuts. And this year has just been crazy.
I am not in a league like this, and I will never be in a million years. Like this league is so like the parity in this league is just unbelievable. Anybody can finish first. Anybody can finish out of playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Just look at how this year has gone, which has been crazy. But just looking at the standings today, like was mentioned, the all the 5-5 teams, like this year has been insane. So
yeah, I've never seen a year like it. Zoom's telling me they're going to kick us off here in 8 minutes, so we gotta keep moving here. So
that was probably my fault. My bad.
No, it's all good. It was all the talking we did before we pressed record, I think. So I reached out to people. We haven't had trash talk of the week here in a little bit, so I'm gonna jump into the 2 trash talks of the week that I got, and then we'll jump into Christian's bet of the week. So, trash talk of the week came in anonymously, of course. No one's wanting to put their name to it, but
next year we're not doing that.
It starts off saying
You have to say who it is.
starts off saying cue the sad trombone. Kyle Shanahan says he wants even carries between Elijah Mitchell and CMC. That must be directed towards Craig, I'm guessing.
What hurt?
Next one is just remember Marcus was the one who put him not making playoffs into the universe. Hashtag fantasy karma.
Ooh, with the
Interesting.
hashtag.
Interesting.
I'll throw one in there because I just realized I'm playing Tanner this week.
Always.
I hope the boots are shined.
I love it,
And
man.
ready for hike.
I love it. Oh, Christian, what do you got for betting bet of the week?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed to see that my last week's pick did not come through. I took the Niners in prime time against the Chargers, and they had a chance at the end. They couldn't punch it in. I was very surprised with the injuries the Chargers have, but I was a little surprised to see how little they use McCaffrey. They were using him in a timeshare. It was fucking whack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bullshit. So that's very concerning. Someone, Craig, you should probably trade McCaffrey.
Elijah Mitchell has life.
Elijah Mitchell has life. But I am going, and I hate to say this, but I'm doubling down on this one. I know I haven't been as hot as I started the year, but this one I feel good about. I'm taking the Bears. Not only +3, but money line at Atlanta. The Bears are coming off of a loss against the Detroit Lions, which is a bad loss. But Justin Fields is coming home. He grew up in Atlanta. I kind of thought when he was going to be drafted, I thought they were going to actually take Fields over Pitts. And they didn't. They should have. But now they're stuck in purgatory, and the Bears have their franchise quarterback. I just think the weapons of the Bears with Fields and that running game with Montgomery. I know Herbert's out, but I
are Herbert.
Yeah, I think that's just a good spot for the Bears. Being on a fast track, Mooney and Claypool can kind of get going a little bit. Kmet has been a fucking monster at tight end. 4 touchdowns in 3 weeks. Insane. Or I think 5 touchdowns in 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm going Bears, not only +3, but also money line at Atlanta.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it's +3.
Yeah. Atlanta.
Well, it's like
favored by 3 points right now.
Did the Vikings line change at all? 2.5.
I'll look. Right now,
upset
it
about
is currently Vikings +1, so it is moving towards the Vikings.
Interesting.
Vegas.
Yeah, I like that pick, buddy. I'm actually with you, and I'm with you on money line even. So I dig it.
I hope so. I'm rooting for you, Dev. Dev, by the way, I know you can't. I mean, you can keep Fields for a 6, but if you're looking for a taker towards the end of the year, I'm open ears over the next few weeks.
For Fields?
Anybody?
Ooh.
We got to make some move. I mean, you got to separate yourself from the pack, right? I mean, we have a 5-5 like.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like Matt,
it's tough. It's tough.
I'm not like discrediting your.
Marcus has lost. Marcus has lost 4 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
People are gonna panic. It's panic season. There's got to be more than one trade, Matthew.
I'm gonna stick to 1.
I love that you're doing that. Let's do a pizza bet on
Stick to your guns. I love that.
I'll put it at 1.5.
Let's do.
I'll go over.
Let's do pizza bet on over 2 trades.
2 what like
over
what trade?
Over 2.5. Over 2.5. I'll put a pizza bet on it.
So if there's 3 trades or more, you'll okay.
Like any
yeah, I'm in.
Or does it have to be like a notable player?
Nope, any 3.
Any 3. Okay.
Just 3 trades in general.
Any 3 trades.
I'm the witness.
I'll give
that'll
it to
make
you,
up that'll well everybody's a witness. People watch this,
I hope they do.
I think they do. That'll make up for me missing last week's pizza bet. Should have done that.
Sounds good, buddy.
I was too scared.
Sounds good. We got pizza bet in. We did a little keeper talk. Got bet of the week. Sounds like a good
Matt,
week. Boys.
Matt, we were so happy to have you back.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, we missed you.
We missed you. We missed you.
I know.
By the way,
I missed you.
You're our
throw this out
captain.
there. My original, I know it's backwards. I had
That
Waddle.
DJ Chark,
I had Waddle as my number 1 keeper pick
stop.
Why would you change it?
because I started tinkering.
All right, boys. Zoom's gonna kick us off. Everyone have
All
a good week. All right.